Family, peace. All right, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, morning, night, wherever you are. If not, do get and understand your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. And so today's video is about a little birdie told me that you want them to come back. Okay, so how do I know about this? And my experience in this is, it's been times where as though I've been in relationships and at first I'm playing hard to get, right? That was the old me. Okay, playing hard to get, want the guy pretty much to chase me, seeking validation from men. And what I noticed was, after we have relations, right, intercourse, I still have a wall up. And then as time go on, I'm letting the wall down, gently. And at times I would let it down, and sometimes I wouldn't even allow people to come in, right? Because I was afraid to get hurt. So I had a friend, a guy, and me and him used to work together. And whenever, I would go through relationship issues in my relationship, I would go to him and seek advice. And he was, probably had me about 10 years, right, in age. And I would go to him, and the first statement I would make was, look, I'm telling you my business, do not judge me. Because, in fact, I was already judging myself. And this one particular time, I remember this guy I was dating, okay? And I didn't know if the guy was interested or not because, it was like I had to question it. Like, do he like me? I don't know if he liked me. And anytime, ladies, if you have to question, if a guy like you, then that means that he's sending you mixed signals. And honey, you ain't got time for that, okay? Because if he's sending you mixed signals, that means that he wish-washy. And honey, you ain't got time for that, because the dude that really likes you, the dude that really want to be with you, you gonna know, okay? So we ain't got time for wish-washy. So, anywho, so my friend told me, he was like, listen, do this, okay? And at the time, basically what he was telling me to do was radio silence. Radio silence. So radio silence is you don't have no contact with the person. The person call you, you don't answer because, you so busy caught up into your own thing. And you're not looking for the person to come back. You have this nonchalant attitude. If they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. What you have to understand is when you put people on a pedestal, they know. When you treat them a certain type of way, they know, right? People go based upon energy. We all feel energy, okay? And so what I was doing was I started putting this person on a pedestal because my stinking thinking and the conversation I would have with myself is, I have 2 children, who gonna want me? And this guy, he's showing interest, although at times I don't know if he really want to be with me or not, because the signals are wishy-washy. And so I started putting him on a pedestal, and he knew. And the reason being how he knew was because he would have chicks would call him while he was at my house. And I would ask him, who you on the phone with, right? And he would be like, shh, honey, that's how he knew. That's how he knew in the first place. That's one. Then 2, how could people tell if your energy is needy? Another thing was, he was on the phone with a chick in my car, driving my car, while I'm there. Right? I'm sitting in the passenger. He in the driver's seat. Girl calls him. He on the phone with the chick. And I'm like, who that? And he's like, shh. And he proceeded to continue the conversation with the girl. right? And then the girl is saying, like, when I'm going to see you? And he's like, I don't know. When you want to see me? Oh. Okay. Sign number 2. Needy energy, right? Like, I'm just staying there because I'm like, I need love. I need to be in a relationship, right? If I don't be in this relationship, who's gonna want me? Scarcity mindset. If I don't be in this relationship, who's gonna want me? Da 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 da. Right? So my friend told me, he said, "Listen, Dina, do you want all your relationships to be the same? Whereas though, you play hard to get, and then when a guy gets you, then it's like they start acting a certain type of way towards you, and then you chasing after them. Like, they start acting like, I ain't got time for this, right? Because we already had, sex. And, they start acting a certain type of way. So he said, do you want all your relationships to be the same? And I never forgot what he also said. He said, listen, if you don't change, you're going to get in your 30s, and at this time I was in my late 20s, you're going to get in your 30s and you're never going to know what love feels like. I don't know about the next person, but for me, that shit scared me, okay? And so he said, I'm going to give you, like, pretty much the game on what to do, right, in order to get the dude back, okay? Because I was like, I'm done with the guy. Like, after the last conversation, he was in my car driving and talking to the girl and telling me, like, the shush, right? I was like, I'm done. So my homeboy, he was like, when he called you, don't answer, radio silence, right? And the first day, he texted me, right? The guy who I was dating, he texted me and he was like, oh, I love you, all this other stuff. But his actions wasn't showing it, right? And what I did was I didn't respond back. Instead, I text my homeboy, like, what should I do next? Like, he texted me, right? And my homeboy was like, don't do nothing, right? And this went on for about 2 weeks. No contact, radio silence, nothing. And me and him worked together at that time. And so if you want them back, what you have to do is, you can't, like, because what my friend told me, it was kind of manipulative. You know what I mean? It was kind of manipulative, right? It was like, all right, I'm doing this just so I could get you back, right? Like, basically what he was saying was, Dina, pay attention to what you got going on. Enjoy your life, okay? Don't drop everything when this dude come around. Because if you do, and you start being needy again, I need a relationship, right? I need to be with him. All these different things. He said, the guy pretty much could feel it. And so I did it. I did 2 weeks, no contact, radio silence. What was I doing in those 2 weeks? I was working out. I was taking my children to the park. I was finding things to do, right? But I still had the notion in the back of my mind, like, I'm doing this so he could come back. You gotta go on about your life like as if they not coming back, right? Because if you doing it just so they could come back, like, maybe that has stalled the process, right, of you guys breaking up. Like, maybe they'll come back and then everything in the beginning will be cool, but then you'll start seeing probably them do the same thing later on. Or maybe they will change. But you can't look at your life like, I'm doing this so he could change. Because once they get back, it may be the same exact thing. So you got to enjoy your life. You want them to come back, you got to enjoy your life. Also, you got to see, why was it that y'all broke up, right? Like, what was it? Because the purpose of no contact, radio silence is so you could work on yourself, right? Never mind, I know people do some stuff, but you got to work on you, so you don't attract the same exact type of guy. Okay? And when you work on you, people can tell. Like, they can tell. Like, maybe you would get into arguments with him or her over small, real small things, and now you done got your zen in. Okay, you meditating. Okay, maybe you meditating now. You go into personal development seminars. You doing all these different things so you could become a better person. And so that's what it's really about. You want them to come back, work on you, but not from a standpoint of, oh, I'm working on me so they could come back. But from a standpoint of, I'm working on me so I could be a better person, and I'm working on me so I can get different. Okay? Change your perception, change your world, honey. And with that being said, I love you guys.